What a game. Big win
Let's
for
go.
West Virginia.
No, absolutely. Turned it around for him. Let's go to the second primetime game on ABC, I think it was, or ESPN. We had Florida beating Tennessee at home 29-16. It really wasn't even that close from in the entire second half. As a group, I don't know if we all caught it. I caught highlights of this at the end. I've listened to some things. I know people were very not pleased with Milton's performance, but I'm not necessarily surprised. I don't. What are your guys' thoughts? I've always thought Joe Milton's been a very inconsistent player.
Yeah, he is, but I think when you look at Tennessee and you kind of expect the scheme to open things up and then it doesn't, it shines a little more that maybe he struggled in some spots. I think he can get things fixed. He did go on the road into the swamp, and Florida's not bad. They're like a solid average football team, like right in the middle of everything.
Well, everybody was stuck on that Utah game, and that includes me.
But that defensive front's still good. The defense is still solid, and they showed up and they played well. Mertz isn't going to be a groundbreaker. He's not going to take over a game or anything, and they did everything they needed to do in that game. Again, I didn't catch it live the whole way through, so I've seen highlights and stuff and like gone back and watched games and listened to some things. I think this game is just – it's going to be one of those games we look back and like week 10, 11, we go, they just felt like a meaningless game a little bit. Like it's hard for me to now see Tennessee get better and better, and like they'll might battle for second to fourth in the East, and that'll be fine. But I don't think there's anybody that's going to challenge Georgia on that side.
No.
And so I think you'll have your Napier talks towards the end of the year, depending on how they finish. And I think people will look at Tennessee more so worried that you're hitting a slump after a huge year, which is fine because Heupel's still grinding out that program. He's still getting a lot of people to buy into it. And so it's a long game for them. And so I'm not really worried about Tennessee. I'm not worried about Florida. I think it kind of turned into that man thing quick. Do
you think that win, bought Napier some time?
He never should have had to buy time, but
no, I know, but people are crazy.
Team. Yeah, it definitely helps to beat a ranked team, and I think he just needs a little more time to really. He's trying to build that thing slow, and people don't like that. But that's part of it, man.
And I'll give you guys this stat. This is what you're going to get out of top-tier Graham Mertz. 19-24, who's 79% of his passes, 1 touchdown, 166 yards, and he got 172 yards from Trevor Etienne. Like, when you can get that guy to limit his throws, probably under 25 throws a game, and you can get that game going with Johnson and have breakout. Etienne is an NFL-type back. Obviously, it's in his family, for God's sake. So
it's a good last name.
Yeah, if he can be that successful, I think you're going to get a pretty damn productive Graham Mertz. And like Jordan said, I thought the defense played great. Reese or Parks, anything left from either side of these two?
Go ahead, Parks.
There was 2 points I had to point out. Is one, the video of Heupel getting off the bus and just being fired up. My initial thought was like, all right, this Tennessee team's ready to play. Big game on the road for him. I didn't believe in Florida. I was kind of with you, Shafe, where I was still stuck on the Utah game, the performance and how discombobulated they were on the sideline. But they were much, much improved this game. They looked like a solid team, including the form of the fighting from the linemen at the end of the game. That was just a solid stance. Nobody was taking
watch your suspensions on that one.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Joe Milton was squaring up.
Yeah, they were.
Did a quick back step.
Throwing punches. Not great. Not great.
And then I also fell on the other side of things when I found out that Tennessee has not beaten Florida in the swamp in 20 years, and they have never beaten them when Florida wears all blue. Fun fact for you. So that stands, that extends. Swamp, a tough place to play for the Volunteers.
I will say, I feel like I should have known before that game, and I didn't know.
I literally said they had one in the swamp since 01.
No, JP said that. I thought the swamp.
I didn't have the all blue fact, though. I didn't have the all blue one.
The all blue one is true. It's crazy. If they were all blue, take the fucking Gators.
Do we not talk about the swamp enough? I thought. From what I watched, the swamp was kind of rocking on a 6:30. Obviously a primetime game on Saturday night. Yeah, you're going to get an SEC stadium to fill up and be ready to go. But although it looked awesome, it kind of reminded me of the old days just a little bit. Just a little bit of nostalgia. Reese, what do you got?
Dude, Tom Petty won't back down might be one of the best, I think, things in college football that doesn't get talked about. That video is, I think those are sweet, dude.
Yeah, that's definitely up there with like your country roads. I don't know, your jump arounds. You could probably throw Tom Petty's "Won't Back Down" up there, right? With like traditions.
Dixieland Delight,
Yeah, Dixieland Delight with Alabama.
Mr.
Like,
Brightside.
yep. We might have
There's a
to.
bunch.
That might be an off-season topic. We might have to do our top stadium
Anthems.
songs, stadium anthems, stadium songs.